in 2008, 2009, we had a big bear market because of too much debt, Dave. Now, Washington says we're not going to have any more bear markets, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. So if you believe Ivy League educated government employees, don't listen to me, because Janet Yellen, who's the Secretary of the Treasury, says no more bear markets. I've been around longer, a long time, and I have read about what's happened in history, and we've always had bear markets, and we always will have them, and the debt is staggering times more than it was in 2008, 2009. So the next bear market has to be the worst in my lifetime. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just making a simple statement of fact.
Is there anything that have the Federal Reserve of Washington, have they taken their eye off the ball? Is there anything that they can do at this stage? If they stop money printing at this stage, which is highly unlikely, can they avert the next significant bear market?
I don't know what they're doing. You ask a very interesting question. They have two choices: continue printing money, which they might well do, or stop. Well, if they stop and they raise interest rates and cut back, then the bear market will start sooner rather than later, even despite what they say. If they continue to print money, yes, inflation will continue to get worse and worse and worse, but that too will eventually lead to a bear market because interest rates will go through the roof with inflation.
They've painted themselves into a corner and they've become beholden to the stock market. And they're talking now about raising interest rates. So there's a good chance, do you believe, that that might foreshorten the time between now and the next bear market?
They'll raise interest rates at least a time or two, and it'll certainly scare the markets. Traditionally, and there's no such thing as it always happened this way, but traditionally the markets got scared the first time or two, but it really didn't count until the third time. When they raised interest rates the third time, then the market said, I'm getting out of here.
And the greatest bear market of your lifetime, do you mean in terms of duration or actually what we might see in terms of retracement in stock markets?
Either way, Dave, you can define it any way you want to. It sounds pretty bad to me. If what I just heard, I would suspect it's certainly going to be the longest in my lifetime. And that probably means the decline will be the worst in my lifetime. You know, always in bear markets before, there are many stocks that go down 80 or 90%, which is pretty bad if you own them. And that hits a lot of people. There are always some stocks that only go down 50 or 60%. But I would suspect that the next time it's going to be really horrendous because there's so much, not so much, just so much debt in the world, but many companies have huge debt on their balance sheets. And in bear markets, people notice things like that and get scared.